We're going to change it up this week. RockCrawlinJeeps is on a bit of a field trip. We're here at the Salt Lake City Offroad Expo 2019, standing in front of a Toyota because, well, I don't really like the Jeep over there. It's a bit bro for us. This is great. We have nothing but love for Toyota owners, even if they are on method wheels. But we're going to go check it out. We're going to go talk to some great vendors. Orion Off-Road has a really, really rad R2.8 Cummins swap in a 80 series? 80. So
SCJ 80.
80 series Land Cruiser, I'm going to assume it's triple locked and all that. So this is rad, ARB front bumper, everything's already done to it. And we were just talking about some clearance issues that they ran into. It's cool to see it in there and kind of overcoming the adversities that come up in a motor swap like this. All right, guys, this has got to be the raddest XJ that I've personally ever seen. And I gotta say, it's probably in part due to the fact that it's running Ironman 4x4 fab suspension underneath of it. Terraflex 60s, Falcon shocks. I mean, this thing is beautifully done. And I think it speaks for itself in terms of performance. So kudos to Andy and my friends over at Ironman. Happy to start seeing your stuff out there more and more. Okay, nice. You gonna go to the Monsters? Dakar Tundra, if you don't follow him on Instagram, do it. Great page, great builds, great cool stuff. This has my attention. Rooftop tents are all the rage, but unless you have a hammock on the front of your rig, you're just not doing life right. This thing's rad. Mosquito net and all. Grab this sticker right here. This is what wheeling's about. It's just for fun. Don't take it too seriously. Go out, have fun, enjoy Utah, or wherever you live, more specifically Utah because it's better. But go out and enjoy, don't take it too serious, have fun with your family, and let's keep doing this for generations to come. It truly is the little things in automotive fabrication and racing and things like that. Like, this is just pretty sweet here. We're over here looking at Impulse Off-Road's EMC JK build. They've got lug nuts zip tied to the frame. I mean, how awesome is that? You're changing a tire in the middle of King of the Hammers and you drop a lug nut in the silt. You're never gonna find it again. It could just be, you know, it's like that 10 mil you drop in the garage and you don't know where it is. That's what's gonna happen. You got 4 more right here, ready to go for all the corners of the Jeep, and they've got everything tucked in up here. This is just such a clean little build. Jim from Jam Rigging. These guys supply a lot of very high-end winch rope, lines, accessories, everything for your winching and recovery needs, essentially. And you know, we want to talk to them. I've been kind of following you guys online and the high-quality stuff that you guys are producing and putting out there. What makes you guys stand out, and why get rid of my steel winch line?
Well, the problem with steel winch line, as you know, stores and builds energy. Cable is also not meant to be put on the little tiny drums that we're putting it on, so we're forcing the cable to go onto the drum. By forcing the cable to go on the drum, it's how it gets those little fractures and breaks on it that require band-aids and gloves in order to be able to use it. The nicer thing with synthetic is that it's a heck of a lot less. You got 100 feet of 3/8 weighs somewhere right around 5-6 pounds, where 100 feet of 3/8 cable, you're up in 38 pounds worth of weight.
And won't this like float?
Yeah, this is 100% pure Dyneema. It's DSM Dyneema, made in the Netherlands, and the rope is all spun for me in the United States, so it's a domestic rope. It's got a very high tensile strength, 19,690 pounds. It's soft on the hands, it's easy to pull in and out of your winch. It floats in mud, floats in water, floats in the snow, and it's just basically, it's stronger. 3/8 cable is good for 14,400 pounds, or when you get into this rope, like I said, mine's rated at 19,960 pounds.
And that's awesome. Yeah, I mean, and you can hand this to somebody her size, and she can pull this out on a winch drum.
Yes.
Not have any problems.
Yes.
It's not weight. You don't need 3 people to pull it out.
Correct.
And you don't have to tell everybody to go hide behind a tree, rock, or a Jeep.
Right, exactly. Yeah, when cable breaks, as we all know, cable is very ugly when it breaks because it stores energy. The myth with synthetic that it just snaps and falls to the ground is not 100% true. The rope itself stores a little bit of energy, but not very much. It's mostly your stuff that stretches that you connect your winch line to that gives the winch line the appearance that it is storing and building energy when it actually is storing and building very little energy. So if a rope breaks and somebody's standing there, the chances of you getting hurt are very slim. Somebody standing there when a cable breaks, we know how ugly that is. I just had a deal with Department of Transportation a couple of days ago where they came in, where they were using a big steel cable and 1.5-inch shackles. The line broke, the shackle went right through the radiator, popped through the guy's front window and landed on the seat sitting right next to him. Yeah, and I get that kind of stuff all the time. I do a lot of recovery stuff for the mines, and these guys get out there and they just start yanking and tugging on stuff, and you would be surprised at destruction that a steel shackle
Stuff starts moving that shouldn't be
moving. Stuff starts moving and breaking that it shouldn't do, and therefore end up getting hurt people.
So if I want to go to your website this Friday and I want to buy this, what does this run?
This is $285 for a 100-foot section.
And that's awesome. I mean, you can't really put a price on peace of mind and safety, especially when we all go out with our families. We have everybody in these vehicles.
Correct.
We hook a winch line up, and you got your kid in the car seat in the back.
Sure.
You don't want to have to worry about that.
Oh, yeah.
Spend a little bit of extra money that's going to take to have something like this. Put it on your rig. Go out and enjoy it. I mean, I've had synthetic line on my winch for 8 years.
Yes.
Same line.
Yep.
A little faded, but does the job, and I don't have to worry about when it fails. I'm sure it will, but when it does, I don't have to worry about it killing somebody.
Yep, exactly. Much safer alternative, much nicer alternative, and much more user-friendly than cable could ever be.
All right, guys. So we're over here at the Summit Machine booth, Utah Offroad Expo. We just got done talking to Jolene, looking at all the cool products that they make. If you need custom links and you're in Utah or anywhere in the U.S., Summit Machine. Now, everybody knows that I am affiliated with Ironman 4x4 Fab. I love those guys to death. They build fantastic products. But just because you're affiliated and you love one company doesn't mean you can't love another. If you need products and you need joints, all sorts of other things, I mean, look at these things, massive. Give them a look, decide what's best for you and what's best for your rig. We're here with Tread Lightly. This is near and dear to my heart. These guys help keep off-road access open. So just remember, restricted access is open access. We're going to talk with Keith about this. He's here with Tread Lightly, and we really want to hit on the points and principles of what Tread Lightly is all about. So let's tell the folks, what Tread Lightly does and what you guys are trying to do in terms of protecting public lands and keeping it open for everybody to enjoy.
Certainly. Our entire mission is about public access and keeping that access open so that anytime everybody goes out to enjoy the recreational activities, whether it be off-roading, motorcycling, boating, shooting sports, drones, whatever it may be, as long as we all carry an ethical message with us and ethical standards, our principles, as you can see, travel responsibly, respect the rights of others, educate yourself, avoid sensitive areas, and do your part. It's the foundation of our mission. So if we can instill that in the public and all those that enjoy the outdoors, all these activities we enjoy, off-roading, shooting sports, fishing sports, whatever it may be, the public access will be open to us every weekend we want to go out there. But even if access is closed down, let Tread Lightly know, because we have capabilities to go and support and try and reopen those areas. So it's all about being ethical and responsible as we recreate out there.
Awesome. And that's really what it's all about, guys. Respect what we're able to go do, respect the lands, private or public, be respectful. Pick up, trash, pack in what you pack out, and if somebody didn't pack it out for them. Go to work days, work on your trails, talk to your local legislator, be active in this community, and don't take it for granted, because the day that we take it for granted is the day that we lose it. And that's the majority of Utah to me,
Exactly.
And that's why I moved here, is the ability to go out and recreate in such a vast area. All of Utah, aside from Salt Lake City, is basically a playground.
It is.
You can go out and enjoy this whole state, so long as you take care of it and you're responsible. So, go out, do your part, and enjoy, what we're able to go do. We're here with Basemap, so we're going to let them talk to us about what we're doing
guys.
and what they've got going on. This looks really, really cool.
Yeah, so Basemap is a GPS app for your phone or your tablet.
Turns your tablet or your smartphone into a fully functioning GPS device.
It's online and offline?
Correct. You can use it offline even without cell service.
Awesome. That's huge when you get to areas, like
Absolutely.
southern Mexico, Baja, southern Utah, even in the canyons and things like that, out by Moab. You start to run out of cell phone service, and then you're like, oh crap, my maps don't work.
Exactly.
Well, now you can have a map that works. So, walk us through it, kind of what makes this special and what makes it work.
So one of our biggest features we actually just came out with is in-app 3D imagery. So, most apps are going to have a 2D look similar to that.
That's crazy looking.
We actually have a 3D, true 3D in-app. You can get right in there, and really helps you plan, the terrain, kind of what you're up against. If you're hiking or you're out off-roading, kind of what you're up against.
You can look at the trail and see what obstacles are kind of going to be there and things that are going to get in the way. And
exactly.
That's really cool to be able to actually look at it and not have like a 2D surface that you're like, well, I think that looks like something that's going to be kind of challenging to go to something that is challenging.
Exactly. And it's fully functional offline. Kind of your typical scenario, you download your offline map first while you have service. You can cache up to about 40 miles across. So
That's awesome.
If you want a bigger area, you can tile the caches, so you can get a bigger area if you need to.
No, that's really, really awesome. So what's this? I'm assuming you're on Marketplace, things like that, or on the App Store rather.
App Store.
What's this run on the App Store?
So it's $30 a year, and that covers all 50 states.
Awesome.
Yeah, we have a monthly option too. It's $5 a month or $30 a year. So,
That's awesome.
Yeah, pretty sweet deal.
Well, that's really cool. I look forward to kind of playing with it and seeing what it does in my Jeep. But,
Absolutely.
it's great to meet you. It's great to talk.
Thank you.
And I got to check this out more.
Yeah, download it, check it out.
We're going to talk to Larry here about Dometic Fridges and what makes them cool and why you should want one.
Yeah. So Dometic has been around since 1917. We make a lot of the products for RV. So sink, stove, furnace, awning, literally anything.
Yeah,
but
air conditioners and all that kind of stuff, right?
Yeah, a lot of stuff. So many years back, we started making these fridges and selling them in Australia, and in the last few years, we decided to bring them to the United States. So Dometic has a reputable brand of products that last a long time and that are great. So
Well, if it's coming out of Australia, it's got to be tough. I mean, Australians have a pretty good reputation for beating the hell out of stuff, and they have a great reputation of, kind of advancing overland style gear and things like that. You've got companies like Max Trax and all sorts of stuff, ARB, that have started in Australia and then kind of come over to the U.S. market as the demand grew.
yeah.
So it's really kind of cool to start seeing this kind of stuff over here. And, they've got some pretty cool features now, like Wi-Fi and battery chargers and tenders and things like that. So, how did all that come about? And, how's the app and things like that?
Yeah, right now with the app, it's set on Wi-Fi. We're working on changing that a little bit in the future, and the whole point is to basically, if something goes wrong, you can look at your app and see, like, okay, compressor or something like that.
So I'm going to get a notification on my phone.
Yep.
It's like, oh man, temperature's a little high. Go check your fridge. When I'm sitting around the campfire late at night drinking a beer, it's going to let me know that somebody forgot to close the lid.
Correct. It'll say lid's not closed. It could say that you have not enough voltage coming from your battery.
Okay, awesome.
So then you would know that, okay, something's wrong with my battery, or maybe it's not charging from the alternator. So
Maybe it's time to start my Jeep, let it run for a couple of minutes, kind of thing.
Correct. Yeah,
Cool.
and the thing that's nice about it has a low voltage meter on it. So once the battery gets so low where your Jeep might not turn on, the fridge will just turn off. That way it doesn't leave you stranded.
So it's got such great insulation with these covers that you're really not going to lose much in that hour or two that you maybe missed it.
Yeah, not at all. And the thing is, so the R value on the fridge as a whole, even without the cover, you lose about a degree an hour. So yeah, so you're fine as long as you're
Lose it
not
for like 12 hours.
as long as you're not opening it non-stop. Yeah, you can lose it for a while.
Let's see. I mean, look at how much room is in there.
Yeah.
I mean, you got lunch for days.
Yeah, this is a CFX 40, so this is even closer to one of our smaller sizes.
And what's this thing run?
So this unit's about in the 900 range.
Okay.
And it can be a fridge or freezer.
That's really cool.
Which is really cool. So yeah, the 40 is 929.
And then you can get the sliders and all things like that to be able to, pull it out of your rig and have it available to you.
Yeah, exactly.
That's really, really cool. Yeah, when we were at SEMA, I saw you guys on display with Goose Gear.
Yep.
And man, do they have the setup. Like, if I had to pick one company that I want all my drawers and sliders from, that's the guys.
Yeah.
It's
Brian,
unfortunate.
the owner, he's awesome. And
They're mainly Toyota, and they're moving into the JK realm. So I'm probably gonna have to figure out how to make some 4Runner stuff work for the ZJ, just because they're pretty similar.
For sure.
But it's something I'm excited to try and get in mine. I can't wait to get one of these for my own rig. And thank you for taking the time to talk with us, man.
Absolutely.
It was a pleasure.
Yeah.
Whew, it is brisk out here. Thank you. All right, so just got done at the Utah Offroad Expo, Salt Lake City Offroad Expo, whatever you want to call it. And man, what a great time. So many great people to talk to, so many great companies, and a bunch of really, really cool gear. So we managed to talk to Tread Lightly, and I can't wait to work more with them and educating the public and kind of building awareness about what Tread Lightly is. But talked to Dometic and a couple other great brands, and well, I think we had a great time. I mean, what about you, man?
Yeah, I thought it was pretty cool. Pretty close actually to the houses, about 15 minutes away. And it's awesome to see all the Utah companies out here that support off-road.
Yeah, I mean, Summit Machine, great to talk to those guys. Novak Conversions, great to put a lot of faces and names to companies and profiles and pages. And oftentimes you lose that interaction when it's on the internet. You don't really know who's behind the screen. So it was really cool to get to meet everybody. If we got to talk to you, thanks so much for taking the time to talk to us. And if we missed you, well, we'll have to try and grab you next year. But what a great time. And thanks to all the organizers that make this happen.